Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Akmal Fatah with NPM 25412065, majoring in accounting. Today I would like to presentation about understanding economic statistics, sample and populations, or population and samples. This presentation explains how economists and statisticians turn limited observation into reliable measures about entire economies. We'll define population and sample, show how major US agencies collect data, explain response rates and sampling quality, and follow a work example, the unemployment rate from raw survey responses to published statistics. Visual and concise explanation will give you a practical grasp of the methods behind headline economic indicators. Okay, the big picture. Why we need economic data. Economic statistics are the vital science of a nation tracking growth, jobs, price, and production. Policymakers use them to set interest rates and fiscal policy. Businesses use them to plan hiring and investment. Researchers and the public use them to evaluate well-being and trends. First, policy. Monetary and fiscal decisions rely on timely, trusted indicators, GDP, unemployment, and the last is inflation. The second is business. Firms use statistics to forecast demand, set inventory, and plan workforce needs. And the last one is research and public. Economists and citizens interpret indicators to assess living standard and policy trade-offs. Okay, next the challenge measuring the entire economy. Surveying every individual or firm a complete census is often infeasible. It can be probably expensive, slow, or logistically impossible. Instead, statistics use sample-based estimation, carefully selected subsets that stand in for the whole. Good samples let you draw accurate conclusions with measured uncertainty and known margins of error. This is an example: complete census, every person checked height, cost, and time. Sample survey, selected households, highlighted faster, cheaper. This diagram contrasts a census with sample-based survey and highlights practical trade-offs: cost, timelines, respondent burden, and estimate precision. Okay, so what is a population? The population is the complete set of units you want to learn about people, businesses, transactions, or events. Defining it precisely is the first step in any study because it determines what the survey aims to represent. Population can be finite or, or all firms in a year, or conceptual, all possible measurement under given conditions. First, labor force, all individuals in the civilian labor force employed or actively seeking work. Next, business, every registered business or establishment within the economic boundary of interest. The last one is health events, all hospitalizations for a disease during a defined period and geography. Okay, what is sample? A sample is a subset of the population selected to provide information about the whole. The central goal is representativeness. The sample's composition should mirror the population on key attributes, so estimates have low bias. Good sampling design reduces selection bias and supports valid inference via non-probability mechanism. First, household surveys. Example: BLS Current Population Survey. 60,000 households chosen to represent the civilian population for unemployment measurement. Next, business surveys. Example: BLS Payroll Survey says sample 121,000 businesses to estimate employment and payroll figures. Okay, next, how we got our data. KUS statistical agencies. Multiple agencies coordinate to produce authoritative economic measures. Each uses different design, sample frames, and collection models suited to its objective. Understanding these difference explains why various indicators sometimes move differently. First, Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS) runs GPS household for unemployment and sees payroll for jobs complementary views with different strengths. U.S. Census Bureau conducts the economic census every 5 years and many recurring business surveys to track production, sales, and structure. Next, Bureau of Economic Analysis BEA BEA combine, combines survey and administrative data to produce GDP, personal income, and industry accounts relies on high response coverage for accuracy. The Annual Integrated Economic Surveys (AES). AES is a Census Bureau program that streamlines data collection across enterprise surveys. It uses a sample of companies selected by industry niches and enterprise structure. The program emphasizes respondent-centric design, aligning forms, minimizing repetitions, and improving data quality through longitudinal review and validation over an extended collection cycle. First, covers many niche sectors from agriculture to arts and recreation. Second, data collection and review may span a year with follow-ups for non-response and inconsistencies. The last one is designed to improve comparability across enterprise-level statistics. Okay, next, response rate, a measure of sample quality. Response rate is the share of targeted units that provide usable data. It's a key diagnostic of survey quality. High response rates reduce the risk of non-response bias, but are not a cure-all. Representativeness and weighting still matter. Agencies report response metrics by domain, explain industry, size, and geography to help users judge reliability. First, how it's calculated. Typically, responding units are measures of interest divided by eligible sample times 100. Some use weighted measures, explain assets and employment rather than counts. Next challenge: low response or differential non-response, e.g. certain industries less likely to reply, can bias estimates if not corrected through weighting or administrative data integration. Next, the last one is mitigation. Use follow-ups, incentive, administrative recourse, and sophisticated weighting adjustments to recover representativeness. From sample to statistic. The unemployment rate example. Step by step. 1. Population is all civilian labor force members. 2. The CPS samples 60,000 households. 3. Interviewers classify each adult as employed, unemployed, or not in labor force. 4. Parameter. True population unemployment proportion. 5. Statistic. Sample-based estimate. Unemployment rate. Published monthly with margin of error. So, population, sample, interview, weighting, published rate. Weight adjust for selection, probability, and response patterns. Standard errors quantify uncertainty. Users should consider both the headline rate and its sampling variability when interpreting short-term movements. The power of data informed decisions. Understanding the relationship between population and samples allow analysts to extract trustworthy insight, measure GDP growth, track inflation through CPI, and interpret labor market shift via unemployment. While designed samples paired with robust response strategies and transparent documentation enable evidence-based policy, smarter business strategy, and more rigorous research. First, policy impact, timely, accurate statistics support targeted interventions and economic stabilization. Next, business strategy, firm use indicators to manage risk, plan production, and set workforce strategies. Next steps for users, look for documentation on sampling, weighting, and response rates. Consider margin of error and supplementary source admin data when making decision. For deepening reading, consult agency technical note from the BLS, Census Bureau, and BEA on sampling frames, weighting, and variance estimation. Okay guys, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.